Well, hello Libra, and thank you for joining my September 2014 monthly forecast. And I am committed to finishing all of these videos today, and I'm out here in the beautiful evening, so I hope you don't mind. I'm just having a good time and enjoying getting a chance to share with you guys what is going on up in the skies. So, and I'm Crystal Lynn, if you guys don't know, Cowgirl Astrologer. So again, thank you, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I've got lots of great stuff coming your way. So let's talk to our Libras. What the heck is going on for you guys? What is going on? Well, you know, it's kind of a blessing that you guys have made it through the Mars and Libra transit. We've moved into Mars and Scorpio now, which brings the energy down to your second house. Your second house is your daily money and your values and what you hold dear to yourself. What is important at the end of the day? What is important, Libra? And for you, it's balance. It's balance. It's balance in your life. And with Mars in Libra for 8 months, it stirred up everything about you. It's like that balancing act that you've been, trying to balance for years. Well, Mars came in and just shook that up. And so everything that you hold dear, everything that once made sense, got brought up for review, got brought up. And so even though you've moved out of that transit, now the energy's moved down to what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with those decisions? Did you make decisions during that time? Is there lingering decisions that you haven't made yet? It is kind of an aggressive energy. So you might have come off very aggressive and you might think, gosh, that's not normally something I would do. But all of these issues for all of us with Saturn and Mars now in Scorpio conjunct as we speak, we all, excuse me, I'm working off a little candle here. We all have to look at what's going on and be truthful. Libras a lot of times can get caught in the cycle of not wanting to ruffle feathers or taking, the low position, and you can have the high position and then resenting that. They don't communicate when it's important to communicate, and so that goes on for too long until everything's off balance. And then that's when a Libra just goes wild, because once the scales are so tipped and you can't even teeter them anymore, it's like that's when you see the side of you come out and really explode. And you really don't see Libras do that because, I have Mercury and Venus in Libra, so I understand this energy quite well. And it's almost, I don't know if the word is dignified, but it's not dignified to lose it, because we have this sense of constantly being socially acceptable and doing everything socially right, and it's a very eloquent side of us. And so if you've ever been bawled out or let have it by a Libra, most people say, did you just let me have it? Because that was the most interesting way I've ever, been told that. It's almost like, we do it and then with a little kiss at the end. And, that can be really hard. That can be really hard because people believe that your words and that you're really okay with things. And then when it does finally come out that you're not, it can be a real shocker because the indications weren't there. And it's hard on the Libra too, because we let things go for too long and then they explode. So with Mars and Saturn here in your second house, money and second house is ruled by Taurus, which is very much a hoarder to the things that they value. So you've kind of got this hoarding, this is mine energy with money coming in, which, but at the end of the day, that's what brings out our survival instincts. And so sometimes, those things can get out of balance. So be watching right now for the next few weeks until September 13th. Mars will move into Sagittarius, your third house of communication. So you might find as Mars moves out of Scorpio that you see things a little differently, that you suddenly go, oh gosh, wow, maybe I could have done that different. Maybe there's a way to see the bigger picture now. Maybe I was being too microscopic about things, and it's, Scorpio's emotional. It brings out the deep, dark emotions in all of us. And with Mars there, we're all feeling moody and emotional. And look what's going on in the world right now. I mean, it's you see it everywhere right now. It's a very, volcanic time. And so take a breath. Take a breath. Let's take a look at what's going on for you with the full moon. The full moon is in Pisces, and that'll be on September 8th. This is a beautiful full moon. It's a super moon, and it's in your 6th house of daily routines, of hidden enemies, of your health. And so this full moon is going to illuminate all of these issues going on. And with the full moon being in Pisces, it's all about healing. It's all about compassion. It's all about washing away. Sometimes it gives us rosy-colored glasses, and that's good. Sometimes we need those. The world is harsh, and if we don't wear those glasses sometimes, then we just become cynical. We have to believe in something bigger than ourselves. And in your daily work, that's where you're the most creative. That's where you're the most imaginative. What an artist to have this, Venetian energy along with the Piscean energy down in your 6th house. That's why Libras are, such beautiful artists, because they have that eye and it comes out in everything that they do. So this moon is going to highlight that. I've been telling everybody, get under the full moon this year. Get under it in a couple of weeks and just sit under it. Get a notepad, get paper and pencil, and just write down what comes on your heart, because Neptune is about speaking messages of the heart, the spiritual messages that come through, the ones we can't control. And sometimes we need to hear from that side of life and reconnect spiritually. And just know that we're going to be taken care of. We don't need to fight. We don't need to hoard. We don't need to protect. The more we cling on and hang on, look at what my fists do. Let it go. You have a perfect place in this world. Each one of us has a perfect place. And if we look at our lives and we look at being the best we can be with what we've been given, then we will be all that we can be. And we don't have to worry about anybody else. And if we are all that we can be, we're going to attract people that are all that they can be. And we can support each other. I don't know. That's just what's coming on my heart this morning. This evening, oh my gosh. Mercury is in Virgo right now. The sun, moon, Mercury. Yeah, and this is lighting up your 12th house. So your 12th house is about that subconscious place. So you might be being a little critical with yourself or with others right now. There's a lot of Mercury in that area. Be careful, because Mercury's sneaky. Mercury has this little trickster side to him, and he can trick you. So you're taking this spiritual energy with this Mercurian energy and mixing it together in the 12th house. So just be aware right now. And, this isn't the time for all of us to make huge concrete decisions, because there's so much emotional stuff going on. Also, having Venus and Jupiter in Leo, that's your 11th house. So you're being very focused on right now by everybody around you, by the higher ups. I like to look at the 11th house of those people, like our gurus or the people that support us or reach down and pull us up to them. There's a lot of support around you right now, but authenticity and getting really clear with what direction do you want to go? What do you want to say? What do you want to be your message? If you don't define it as a Libra, somebody else will, because that's that nature. And yes, the Libra totally desires and needs those partnerships. It's part of fulfilling you. You can't get out there and be a lone ranger. It'll be unfulfilling. So, right now, what are you connecting to? Because the world is looking at you, and they're watching to see the change in you, and they're watching to see what you're going to do next. So, really think about that. And, next month is going to be your month. So you're getting ready. We're all in these great changes right now, and there's a lot of good things coming. So we want to be, as ready as we can be. So I hope that was helpful. If you'd like to book a reading, you can message me or find me at cowgirlastrologer.com. I also have monthly astrology classes through the Google Air. They're private. I have a video that I put up that goes into details about that. You can also see it on my website. I am booked up for the next 4 classes, but I will be taking those of you who would like to join for my next series. You can message me and I'll put you on the list. So I hope to hear from you, hope to see you. I'd love to hear your comments below. And thank you for subscribing. Have a great month, Libra.